Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the RV Atlas. I'm hanging out in the gear garage with my camera guy Sean, and tonight we're going to do an unboxing and first impressions of this Camp Chef Everest 2X camp stove. I think it's possible this might be the best camp stove on the market right now. As we unbox it and talk about it, I'll tell you why I think it might be, and then in a future episode we'll actually do a first cook, we'll test it more, we'll let you know how we like it after a couple weeks or maybe even a couple months. But let's unbox this thing and check it out. I think it's got a lot of potential. All right, so I got the trusty Leatherman, and Sean, do I go full knife open or do I just do my box cutter? I think I'll just do my box cutter.
Let's save some fingers.
Save some fingers. I don't want to destroy the stove either. All right, this looks like a robust box, by the way, so this could get like a little embarrassing here, sort of like man versus box. But let's open this bad boy up. Lots of tape, lots of oh, that wasn't that bad actually. If I can just slide it from here. This isn't bad at all, actually. I thought this was going to be harder to open. Alright. So it was packed fairly well. Let me just, before I discard the box, give you some of the key things here. Two 20,000 BTU burners, British thermal units. Stainless steel drip tray for easy cleaning. Matchless ignition. Soft touch heat control knobs, convenient carry handle, folding lid provides 3-sided windscreen. Okay? So the boxing was fine, fairly easy to open if you open it from the side. Directions? Anything else in here? Done. Alright, so there's probably directions inside. So first thing I'm thinking is this is a pretty good looking camp stove. It's beefy, it's robust, it does not feel cheap, and by the way, it's not cheap. So this one's $170 at REI, which is where I purchased it from. You know, you can get a Coleman camp stove at Target or Walmart for 40 or 50 bucks. This is in another price category. And I think it might justify that price category because of the robust build. But the other thing people are really saying about this stove that's got me intrigued and made me willing to pay that price at REI is people are saying this has a wide temperature range. That you can go from simmer to kind of full heat, and you have that wide range. Where a lot of the cheaper camp stoves you might go get at Walmart are like hot and nuclear hot. They really just have one temperature. But we're going to figure all that out in a later review where we actually cook on it. Now we're just kind of checking out and giving you first impressions. So this part's curved in here, and I think the point of that, and that's a kind of a cool design feature, is that the knobs don't get knocked off when you're transporting the stove. So if you're throwing this in the back of your truck, one of the knobs is less likely to catch and break. That's a problem people have with their camp stoves when they're flat in the front and there's the knobs in the front. I've never had that happen to me personally, but apparently that happens. I got some of the packaging on me here. All right, so let's kind of open. Oh, side latches threw me. So the latches are on the side. I have never seen latches on the side on a camp stove, and that's good hardware right now. I like that there's the Camp Chef logo as well. That's pretty cool, and that's a pretty robust latch there for opening. Okay, so this cardboard we don't need. Here we've got our wind guards. Our packaging's pretty decent, pretty solid. It's not packed like an iPhone or anything. Camp Chef catalog, I like that. That's a nice touch to me. You get the whole product catalog in there. I'll definitely look at that later. There's 3 bros hanging out in the middle of the desert cooking. So you get to see their complete lineup of products. That's kind of cool. You got your instructions for the Everest high pressure stove, and this is the Everest 2X. It's an updated Everest, okay? You've got your regulator, which I'm going to have to cut open right here. Now, the older version of this Camp Chef stove had a recall on the regulator. This current model, that has been resolved, okay? So if you're buying this model, you're good to go. All the ones they're selling now are fine. It's 2022 right now. That recall was like a year and a half ago. So if you're watching this, you should be good to go. So let's get the regulator open. One thing to notice when you're shopping for a camp stove, and it's kind of hard to notice because it's in the box, is sometimes they give you crappy little regulators. And those regulators, those crappy little regulators, can create problems. You know, look, they went through a recall issue. This is not a crappy little regulator. This is feeling fairly substantial. Okay, so the reason why you have the side latches, I think, is because they also serve to close these wind guards, which is kind of a unique idea. I have not seen that. Okay, I think I have that right. I didn't read the directions.
Well, I was just gonna grab some B-roll of the latches, and I think you missed the hole there for the windscreen. I think it's supposed to go into that hole.
Oh man, you know, I was kind of worried I did that wrong, but I got all YouTube. Look at that. It's even better than I said, right? No, that is firmly latched in place, and my intuition was telling me while we were filming that it was a little wiggly, but I didn't want to mess with it because I'm still like YouTube rookie. Look at that. Firmly locked in place, these wind guards. You go, Camp Chef. All right, so this is like a really nice, attractive camp stove to me. All the metal's pretty thick and robust. This is definitely a grade above like the $40, $50 Coleman's you're gonna get at Walmart. So it's looking good to me. There's good space here on the 2 burners. So I think you could probably get 2 good sized skillets on that. Can we actually run over and get a couple skillets and see what size skillets fit on here? Because that's an important part of the test. Let me go do it. All right, so let's do the skillet test. Let's see, there's nice spacing here on the burners. Maybe we can get 2 12-inch skillets on there, but let's test 2 10-inch skillets first. We've got 2 Lodge skillets here, and these are 10-inch. So that's no problem, okay? That would be my setup if I was using 2 skillets. I don't like going to 12-inch skillets because then the outer edge doesn't heat up as evenly anyway. It just gets hot in the middle. But look, you can do 2 10-inch skillets, piece of cake. Let's do a 10-inch and a 12-inch. Oh boy, no problem. This Smithy skillet too has also got this really wide drip spout. So a 10 and a 12, no problem at all. It's a lot of space up here. I like that. I like having the option at least. And let's get this other 12-inch. You know, one's on top of the other, and this one's wider than normal. You could cook with 2 12-inch pans on this, which is a great amount of space. So this is a larger camp stove. No problem cooking with 2 10-inch skillets. And a couple other things that I'm just kind of noticing about this that I like. The wind guards are pretty good. They're pretty good size. There's not a lot of room underneath for the wind to get through. I've had camp stoves where there's like 3-inch opening here, and the wind guards are basically pointless. So the quality looks good. The stainless steel looks good here. I'm impressed with this. I like the way this looks. I'm excited to cook with it. The real test will be, does it have that wide temperature range? Can it go from simmer to hot? And we will test that in a future episode of the RV Atlas, either back here in the gear garage or at the campground. All right, so my overall first impressions, just unboxing and opening the Camp Chef Everest 2X, is this is like a really nice looking camp stove. It's beefy, it's robust. Nothing about this feels cheap. it seems like it's built to last. And of course, there's only one way to find out if something is built to last, and that's to use it for a long time. So I will review it again. I'll make it part of my quiver when I'm cooking at the campground. I like the wind guards. I like this design feature where the buttons are recessed. I mean, it's like the camp stove has not been reinvented in years, right? They're actually trying to do some cool things with design, which I appreciate. You can get on the two 12-inch skillets if you want. You can't ask for much more in terms of the space and the sizing. Most people are going to cook with like two 10 inches, but you can do the two 12 inches. So I think Camp Chef really potentially has a winner here. I'm not trying to knock the cheaper Coleman camp stoves. I've owned a lot of them. I have a collection of really old Coleman camp stoves that I swear by. But what I'm hearing is this has a wide temperature range. And what I hear over and over again from owners of Coleman camp stoves is they just are hot and nuclear. It's just basically there's no low setting, even if you buy the more expensive Colemans. So I think that Camp Chef is trying to distinguish itself at that upper price range of $170. So if you're thinking about going and buying a Coleman for 40 or 50 bucks at Walmart, it's going to do the job as long as you're not too particular. If you're really into your cooking and you want a wide range of temperatures, this might be a really cool option. We will do either like a first cook video here on YouTube on the RV Atlas, or we'll come back in a month after having used it and share some honest first impressions about what we think actually using it, which will be the real test. So if you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I would really love your support. Sean and I are looking to review all kinds of cool gear that I have here in my gear garage, and I would love to know that you're out there watching. Also, let me know, what camp stove do you have? Do you have one that you like? Are you interested in this Camp Chef? So take care, everybody, and we'll see you at the campground.